Hello and welcome back. I'm I Squared Gamer, and we are back with another day of Crusader Kings 3. That sound you just heard, though, is me trying to window capture the game. So just give me a second so I can put the game up on screen for you. I guess I'm gonna have to create a new window capture because that was not doing it. Okay. My old window capture from the last stream wasn't working, so it's not a big deal. I just deleted it, created a new one, and presto. Let me lower the music. And this is the guy I'm playing as. Has a scar right across his face. How did that happen again? I don't remember. Let's do a recap. See if I can remember mid-recap of the last time on Crusader Kings 3. So I remember my plan for last time was to get land here on the islands, because these islands have my culture group. As you can see, my guy is part of the Catalan culture group. These islands are part of the Catalan culture group. This area here is part of the Catalan culture group, and nowhere else in the world is there another part of the Catalan culture group. I have noticed also that I move my mouse around a lot, so I'm gonna try stop doing that as often, because then all these windows pop up as I'm moving it. But my plan was, because of the Catalan culture group, to get this island here. Let me go back to realms. This island. This small island. Right here. For plenty of reasons, I didn't go after these two. If you want to know what those reasons were, you can check out my previous stream. The VOD is uploaded up onto my YouTube channel. It's also at A2Gamer. I don't really remember all the exact reasons for why it was this island and not these two, but generally, if I remember correctly, the owners of these two individual islands, the noble rulers of them, had a more significant fighting force than this guy, and these two islands were also allied to each other while this one was not. So that's why I chose this island. However, as you can see, I am not currently landed here, and that's because these islands used to be independent, just like everything else here in Iberia. But as you can see, they currently are not independent. They're owned by Aglabid, which is this huge empire down here, which has 4,000 soldiers, which, believe it or not, is actually less than it had when I first noticed that the islands had been taken over. However, I still, some would say foolishly, tried to attack this island anyways. Hey, Be to Potent, welcome back. It's nice to have you. The reason I decided to attack this island, even though this guy has 4,000 soldiers, is because at the time he had 5,000, so it was even more than this. However, he was in the middle of a fight somewhere else, which after a while I learned was here in Sardinia. So he was in that fight, and I figured maybe I can take over these little islands before he even notices me, and I could end my war while he's still in the middle of another war. Unfortunately, as soon as I declared war here, I took over this small island, I took over this big island, and right after I finished taking over this big island, his other war ended. And he won. He was victorious, so he sent his ships over right across the sea here from Sardinia to here. And before I could even capture this island, he had already retaken both of these islands and met my army here on this small island. And as you would guess, 5,000 versus my, at the time, 1,000 strong military force, he won easily. So I decided after doing that to redo my plan. And again, if you want to hear what the exact plan was, like I said before, my VOD is up on my YouTube channel, A Squared Gamer. Check it out there. But to give you a general summary, I decided that since I can't get these islands and I still want land in my Catalan culture group, I'm going to have to do what I didn't want and take land here from France, which became France. It used to be West Francia, but the king who was part of the Carling house died. And once Carling dies, they lose the Francia title because the Carlings were descendants of Charlemagne the Great. And Francia was Charlemagne the Great's empire title. So if you're not part of his house, if you're not a descendant of his, you lose the Francia title. So as you can see, we have East Francia over here in Germany. That's because this guy is still a Carling, the king of East Francia. However, the king of France was a Carling, died. This guy took over. He's no longer a Carling, so now this becomes France instead of West Francia. But I decided to go under them, even though I wanted to remain under, independent without a huge kingdom over me, because one, the Catalan culture group, and two, I realized that I could just buy land here in Barcelona from, I did not mean to do that. Let's remove that. From this guy, the new Marquess of Barcelona, because the previous one died. And I checked, he has 3 holdings: Barcelona itself, Tarragona, and Lleida. So I realized that I could buy land from him, and I decided to go after Lleida. However, to buy land, I have to go to him, and then I have to... No. How do I... Let me see if I can remember again. Purchase land. There you go. In order to purchase land, it would cost 400 gold. And so I've been collecting gold. As you can see, I have 269 currently. My goal is to save up to 400 and purchase the land. However, I will have to give him a hook in order for him to accept, or pay him double, which I'm not going to do. Or I could use a hook. I currently don't have a hook on him. This is no longer part of the recap. I just realized this. So what I could do is fabricate a hook on him. If I remember correctly, I can do that, can't I? Yes, I can fabricate a hook on him. And then once I fabricate that hook, I can use it to then purchase land. Instead of having to offer a hook on myself, I can just use a hook that I have on him. And I think I'll still need to offer increased vassal obligations. But we'll get to that when we get to it. For now, let's try and fabricate a hook on him. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Let's fabricate a hook on him. Focus on scheme success chance rather than how fast it goes or how secret it's kept. Okay, we started the scheme, so now we need scheme agents. An outcast, a diplomat, a thief, an infiltrator, and a lookout. So for my outcast, Mayor is a 23. Gobahar is a 22. So let's see if they can be used somewhere else. Zarb is a 23 here. Kixo is a 24. Elodie. The mayor's a 34 for diplomat. He's also 32 for thief. Kixo's a 29. Okay, so this is a -5. The thief is a -3. So I believe we can use the mayor in the other place where it's a -5. Let me just make sure he's not anywhere else. Oh, he's a 30 here. And this is a -5 as infiltrator. Or he could be the lookout. Oh no, he can't. Nuaima's the lookout. She's always on the secrecy agent selection screen, so she's always selected here. I always choose her. Usually secrecy or look, but she's always on the last agent slot. I've noticed. She never appears in the first 4, but she always appears at the top of the 5th one. I'm not sure why, but that's just the way the pattern has been going, as I've noticed. So I'll make her the lookout, and then the mayor will be either the diplomat or the infiltrator, which means Quixo will be the thief, unless she appears somewhere else. Oh, she's oh no. Okay, this guy has a low. Okay, so outcast is Quixo here. No, she's not. Okay, so Quixo will be the thief. Where is she? There she is. Oh, I forgot to alt tab again. Okay, she doesn't need any convincing. So for the outcast, it looks like Mayor is the best suited. However, will she be used as a replacement here? No, not a replacement here either. So Mayor can be the outcast. And my success chance will go from 64 to 87, which is her plus 23. Lookout increases the secrecy, so now it's at 95%, so that's great. Infiltrator will reduce the time until the next phase. Right now it's at 116. If I were to add in the mayor, because I don't need his 30 on success chance. I only need 22 more for success chance. So if I were to add him in as the infiltrator, the days until the next phase will go down from 116. Oh, that was close. We'll accept +1 to 86. So it reduced it by 30 days, which is what his stat says it will. So that's how the stats work. These are success chance stats. This is a time frame stat, and this is a secrecy stat. So that just leaves diplomat, and we can just choose the highest ranking here, Elodie, my personal doctor. And now the scheme success chance has gone from 87 to 95. Now you would think it would go up to 99 or to 109 because hers is a 29, and we were at 87. However, as you can see here at the very corner, let me see if I can get it. It says that the max is 95%. So it cannot be higher than 95%. So now we just let time go by, and this scheme will work on its own in the background until the success chance has gotten up to max, and then I'll execute the scheme. This key here is advantages. Right now we have 1 advantage. I can click execute scheme right now. I won't actually do anything, but it'll show you what my options will be at the end. So with 5 advantages, I can seize the moment. With 10, I can execute with confidence. With 15, I can leverage my advantages, or with 20, I can cover every angle. And what this does is increase my chance of success, and of a good success. So if I do 5 and my chance is 95%, my chance will still be 95, but I don't know what the exact statistics are, but with each increasing leverage point, the success chance actually improves from what this says. It's just another extra modifier. For now, however, we can let that run in the background. That'll be right here in the bottom, so we can check on it at any time. But I will say, my recap was fairly short. I'm trying to think if there was anything I forgot, but I just remember that my plans were completely screwed up by Aglabid here, the Aglabid Empire, taking over these little islands. And if you're wondering why I don't just go somewhere else, the reason is because currently I'm part of the Iberian struggle. So I think this is part of the historically Reconquista. So we're trying to recapture the Iberian Peninsula for the Catholics. Right now, this is after the invasion of the Muslims from northern France into southern Spain, and then they ended up taking just about everything. Asturias, I believe, Asturias is a Catholic kingdom, yes, as is Navarra. I know Navarra is being ruled currently by a Muslim. However, I believe the Kingdom of Navarra is a Catholic kingdom, if I'm not mistaken. If you look at its history, this guy was Muslim, this guy was Catholic, yeah. So they've taken Navarra, but it used to be Catholic. Asturias is Catholic, and I believe there's... And Barcelona is Catholic. However, Barcelona has been taken by... Can I show the realms? By France. It's currently under France. It should be... And it still is part of the Iberian struggle, but France took it over. So if you look at what should be part of the Iberian struggle, you'll see this yellow border around the Iberian Peninsula. All around it. And then you'll also see that the islands have a yellow border around them, showing that they are also, even though they're not part of the peninsula, they're also part of the Iberian struggle. And so currently we're in the opportunity phase, which is the beginning phase. Well, no, I shouldn't say the beginning phase, but it gives you certain effects if you're involved in the struggle. These are the effects that it gives you. I won't read through all of them, but you can check those out. And it'll then shift towards one of these two phases. It'll either go into a hostility phase, which is all-out war. Everyone will be fighting and killing each other in Iberia. Or it can go into the conciliation phase, which is all-out peace, I guess. No one ever says all-out peace, but that is what would happen, where everything would be peaceful and there would be no more battles. And this is the progress towards going into that phase. As you can see, hostility is currently in the lead. We're only 25 experience or phase progress away from going into the hostility phase. And we're almost 100 away from conciliation. So we're probably going to go into hostility phase next, which is good because, as I mentioned, when I invaded this place, I only had 1,000 soldiers. However, something I forgot to mention in the recap is that after that crushing defeat, I've decided to focus more on my soldiers by upgrading my camp. I've upgraded certain things that I saw increased my regiment, my men-at-arms regiment size. And now, after upgrading all of those, I have, it says 267. However, that's because I haven't refilled them. I lost the mercenaries that were with me because they all died and they don't get refilled. However, I now have 500 men-at-arms regiments plus 20 siege weapons and 7 knights. So that gives me a total of 527 soldier units. They're not topped up at the moment. However, with that much, I believe, especially since we're not going to war for land anymore, we've decided to go the purchasing land route. I believe 567 should be enough to at least protect myself if I get attacked. And once I do, my 567 soldiers can stall for time before I can ask one of these people who I have previously completed contracts for. I can ask one of them for help. I believe I can ask for reinforcements, or I can at least ask for a regiment and they'll send me some soldiers. Or I can ask for provisions and then refill my soldiers myself with those provisions. Oh yeah, and Utman here, our caravan master, ended up murdering someone last time out. Who was it that they killed? Where would I check that out? Is it memories? Memories. No, it's not in memories. Well, I know I can check it out in my secrets. I know that. Hooks and secrets. Known to me. Oh. Okay. Utman. Where is Utman? Huh. I don't see him. I know he's here, I'm just missing him. Maybe it's in here. I hold the hook. Involved in suspicious activity. I don't see it. Oh, well, it's not that big of a deal. It's not important. So yeah, that's what I've been up to last stream. So currently now, let's get to making some money so that we can have enough to purchase land. I saw someone I can demand payment for. Not blackmail, because I already blackmailed them into having this hook. Or no, this is a contract hook, because I completed a contract for them. He's 19 and his health is fine. So I can wait until he gains the 50 gold before demanding payment. Let him max out on what I can demand. For now, we should do some contracts, collect some money. Are these the only 4 contracts available to me? They look like they are. Well, let's look at the state of the world while I'm zoomed out. It's been a while. The Safavids have pretty much taken all of Persia here. The Abbasids seem like they broke up. The Arabian Empire is new. The Abbasids used to own all of this. And it looks like there's small little areas that also broke free from the Abbasids. And then all of Arabia here broke free. Ghana's gotten pretty big here in Africa. And like I mentioned, West Francia has turned into France. Khazaria is pretty big here in the middle. In the, I believe the Ural Mountains are here. The mountain range. Let me see if I can zoom in and see the mountains. Nah, it doesn't look like this is where the mountains are. They're probably out here somewhere. They're somewhere around here. Looks like India doesn't really have a large... I mean, Pala's pretty big here, the Pala Kingdom. There used to be a bigger one. I think Pratihara was a little bigger, and it must have broken apart. And I see the Safavids have made inroads here, past the Indus River. Usually, Western incursion into the Indian subcontinent has usually ended right here at the Indus River. This is where Alexander the Great stopped when he invaded all of the Middle East. He stopped right here at the Indus River. Throughout history, I believe most stop right there at the river. But I see the Safavids have made some inroads here past it. Guge, I believe. If I'm mispronouncing that, let me know in the chat or in the comments. What type is this? A Mongolian steppe civilization type kingdom? Bodba. Oh, yep. No, Tibetan. They're Tibetan heritage. That makes sense because this is Tibet, if I remember correctly. Let me look at the duchies. Let me look at the kingdoms. Let me look at the empires. Tibet. Yes, this is Tibet. So, Tibet looks like it's getting close to forming up. And that is the map of the world currently as we stand in 896 AD. Oh, that's new. I don't remember seeing those flowers there before. Ah. Does the outer background change depending on my character? Like my character's decisions? That'd be interesting if it does. We should keep an eye on that going forward. Oh, and I forgot to mention the biggest thing, the Byzantine Empire, which is always here, looming large in the middle of the map. For now, let's get to contracts. Create work of learning. Have I done this type of contract before? Writers are... Yeah, okay. I have done this type of contract before. 38 gold for a qualified success, 76 for an ordinary success, 86 for an exceptional success. We currently have 269 gold, so keep that in mind. It's a straight shot, so I don't really need to spend money to be safe. So while I'm at it, I'll scout for talent, because it's no cost and there's really nothing else I can select if I didn't select that. Yeah. So it's free, so why not? Scout for talent. I believe all my officer positions are already filled up anyway, so that doesn't really affect me in any way. I don't think I'll get any event pop-ups for scouting talent because of my positions all being filled. Oh, I need a priest. Excellent, good, excellent, good, 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 excellent, 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 excellent. Okay, they're all good. Case the Bewitched is average. Okay, so I need a priest. So it looks like scouting for talent was a good decision. Maybe I'll get a good priest out of it. For now, let's travel. No longer wounded. Oh, so that scar I had across my face at the beginning, it's gone. And I've arrived at my contract location. I hum as I look around Count Sunir's study. Plenty of scripts, manuscripts, and short stories are gathered here in neat stacks and lined up on the shelves. A piece of work isn't necessarily judged by its length, surely. Even the mention of a single word can invoke complex emotions. But first things first, what size of work do I have in me? So I can keep it simple, which means if I win a third of my challenge, I have 3 chapters. I have to win a third for qualified success, 2/3 for ordinary, and win all of them for exceptional success. Or my creation will be exhaustive, which is 5 chapters, and it's still a third, 2/3, and win all of your challenges for the success. So the successes don't matter, which means less chapters will probably be better. Because if I have to win all of my challenges for an exceptional success, if I reach for 5 chapters, that means I have to win 5 challenges. And if I only do 3, then I only have to win 3. So let's keep it simple. Humble beginnings. I peer down at the blank page in front of me. Words. Why is it always so difficult to start? The quill gently stroking my chin, I carefully ponder what the manuscript should be about. Count Sunir wanted a scripture pertaining to the art of stewarding. A valid point for me to consider. Now, where do I start off? So let's look at the success chances. This is 95, this is 95, this is 93, this is 95, this is 92. So I want one of the 95s. However, what gain do I get? They all give me a +1 score to the contract, completing the contract, obviously. However, apart from that +1 score, this will give me 25 piety. This will give me 17 prestige and 5 gold. This will give me 37 prestige. And this will give me 5 gold. So this seems like the worst option. S is for stewardship, my kind of topic. It's at 95% success, but it's my least favorable reward. So let's not focus on that. This is 37 prestige, 17 and 5, or 25 piety. So let's look at prestige and piety. I have my 4,800 prestige, about 1,700, 1,600 away from the next level. So I don't really care about the prestige. Piety, I'm at 2,000, but I'm just about 2,000 away from my next level. So it seems like I just recently leveled up. I'm also getting 2.75 piety per month and only 0.96 prestige per month. So I should focus on prestige over piety. And I should always focus on gold because we're trying to save money in the first place. So prestige over piety. So we don't want to dazzle them with my wits. This would have been a learning challenge. We're not doing that. The combined learning and stewardship challenge, we're not doing that. So either military or this one. My military knowledge should translate well. This would have given me 37 prestige. However, it's only a 93% chance of learning. Combined learning and martial. I don't think I want to do that either because this one gives me both prestige and gold. So a passage on social skills would be useful. And I completed it successfully. Moving on to the next chapter. As I sit writing, I enjoy some delightful bird song, finding its way in from the magnificent gardens of Girona. Girona? Again, let me know how that should be pronounced. The daylight fades outside and I sit by candlelight in Count Sunir's study, enjoying the hospitality that comes with being a working scribe. I reflect over this, all the while considering what the next chapter should be. So again, 90%, 91, 85, 90, 83. So 90, 91, and 90. So we're ignoring military. This will give me 11 gold. This will give me 35 prestige and 5 gold. And this will give me 50 piety. We're ignoring the piety. 35 prestige and 5 gold is a 91% chance. And this is a 90% chance. 6 extra gold, 35 fewer prestige. Learning and stewardship challenge. Let's go ahead and do S is for stewardship. I was successful, so the last chapter, the final chapter. Reading through my scribbles, I let out a pleased grunt, relevant and concise. This should be able to satisfy Count Sunier, certainly. Plates have kept stacking up as I enjoy the last few shreds of hospitality now that my work here is coming to an end. Are their servants stingier with the food now, though, or am I imagining things? The thought lingering in my mind, I turn my attention back to the page. Is organization still pertinent to write about? So 82%, 84, 82, 76. So we're going to ignore learning and intrigue challenge. 60, we're definitely ignoring. I have plenty of traveling stories to tell. Which is, oh, this is my traveler because of my traveler trait. Because I'm a veteran traveler. Oh, I think I got veteran attached to the word because I reached level 2 and seasoned. So we're ignoring that. We're ignoring learning and intrigue challenge. This is 82%, 84, 82. Not much of a difference, but this is piety. We're ignoring piety. 52 prestige, 5 gold, or 16 gold. I mean, the gold's just going to keep adding up. So even though the learning and diplomacy challenge is 84%, I'm still going to go with the learning and stewardship challenge, which is only 82%. This time, let's touch upon efficiency. And I was successful. So the conclusion, Count Sunier flips through the pages of the manuscript, stopping to contemplate a piece from each page. I'll say, he turns and gently hands the manuscript to his attendant. Have you seen this? I may just put this on display. Such a mind-boggling piece of scripture. Softly applauding, he leans in mischievously. I particularly like that piece of marginalia. Well done. Enjoy your awards, and do let me know if you ever find yourself back in Girona. I proudly stretch and nod. So, couple things. Marginalia, we've learned in one of our previous streams, is just things you've put down in the margins. So this guy must have doodled something. Edgar, welcome back. What faith am I? Currently, I'm Catholic at the moment. So what was the other thing? Marginalia and, mischievously. A lot of people, this is just something that popped in my head as I was reading it. A lot of people like to pronounce it mischievously, but it's the correct pronunciation is mischievously. As you can see, there's no I in between here. But because of the I here, some people mistakenly pronounce it with the I in this area over here and say mischievously. But that's not how to say the word. That's just something that randomly popped in my head as I was reading it. One additional wonder in the world. So he pays me 86 gold for an exceptional success. Right now we're at a 303, and now we're at 389, and I'm back at camp. Let's pause there. I have 2 messages. Oh, this is just adding Count Sunier to the people I can make a request from, and to people I can demand payment from, because I now have a contract hook on him. He only has 1 gold though. Probably because he just paid me for a contract. That might be the reason why he's so low on gold. Legitimacy. I haven't really done anything with legitimacy. I don't even know what it does other than what I think it does based on the name itself. And I definitely do not have it because I'm not a landed ruler. So we're back at camp. And what is our next step? We have 389 gold. We need 400 to buy Leda, which is our plan. However, we also want to hook on this guy, who's going to be selling us later, in order to get him to agree to it. This one's going to take a while, 66 days until the next phase, and it's only a 44% success chance. So I think we can take on some more contracts, and maybe we can save up more than just the 400 gold necessary. So let's do the next contract. Settle boundary dispute. We've definitely done these before. Experienced arbitrator is sought by Mayor of Narbonne to settle boundary dispute. Education in French law would be helpful, but even satisfactory aid shall be paid. So ordinary success will pay me 18, exceptional will pay me 45. And I only lose 25 prestige if I fail. So let's travel to that contract. This is a fairly dangerous area. 57, 11% chance of danger. But over here, 32 and 14. So I can't really bypass this area here. The rest is only 1% chance of danger. So this is all safe up to here. Why is this dangerous? It's because it's hills and there's low county control. So if I remove Scout for talent and purchase Pathfinder's gear, which helps in mountainous areas, that should clear up. At least this one did. And this one went down to 43%. It was at 57. So for 4 gold, it'll make it safer. We'll go with that. And travel to accept contract. So now we're on our way. There's my little man traveling his path. The seasons of change. As we prepare to set off in the morning, I see Jusiana stand outside the camp all alone. I believe she's my 3rd daughter, if I remember correctly. As I walk over to talk to her, I notice a change in the wind. I huddle my clothes around myself as a gust of cold wind hits my back, and I see the first signs of snow. The cold whispers that it is time for winter, yet again. It's about time for winter again, huh? Or I tell her to get back on my horse and we progress by 2 days. This one will delay us by 2 days. I don't really have stress to lose, and Jusiana's opinion of me is already 15. But an extra 2 days, it doesn't really affect anything, so I might as well just keep taking the opinion modifiers of me. You never know when I'm going to have to do something that people will not like. And I also just noticed that my success chance went down to -6. How did that happen? Oh, someone made him, the guy we're currently trying to fabricate a hook on, someone of higher nobility than him just made him their spy master. So that gives a -50 modifier. So this scheme is definitely going to take a long time. The way it's going, it might not even last, or it might last even past our lifetime, because we're currently 45 years old, and this seems like it's going to take a decade. Then again, I'm probably just over exaggerating in the moment, and it's probably not going to take that long, but who knows? We'll see. Bitten by frost. It's been snowing for the past few days, and the cold is unbearable. I look around and see that my entourage is struggling with it as well, so I decide to travel on foot alongside them. After we walk through the snowstorm for another hour, Butaina pulls me aside. While shaking, she yelps. So Butaina is the daughter of one of my followers. Please, my leader, I cannot feel my ear anymore. I look closer at the ear. The tip is covered in ice and a little bit swollen. I think it could get worse if I don't do anything. So bitten by frost, she has frostbite. Yeah, get it? Yeah, Crusader Kings, I see what you did. Surely Elodie knows how to treat it. She's my camp physician, but she has a 68% chance of leaving her, of curing her mild frostbite, or a 31% chance of turning it into severe frostbite for 10 years. And this girl Butaina develops a grudge against me. Or I can treat it myself. Which is only slightly worse than what the doctor could do. Or we must keep on moving, which is a 50-50 chance, but the results are the same. However, the first two will delay the journey by 14 days. The last one does not, and instead gives me 5 experience in the Seasoned Traveler. But I've already maxed out Seasoned Traveler. And a 14-day delay, I don't think is a big deal, because we're just collecting contracts now. And we have a lot of time before we can fabricate a hook on the guy we're trying to purchase land from, so I just let my doctor do it because it's a 68% chance. It's 2% better. And the treatment is successful. No more frostbite. Let's unpause and continue our journey. Oh, we're stuck here. That's why he's not moving, because the journey's delayed for 14 days. And now there he goes. I didn't actually look to see if 14 days actually went by, but I assume they did. Crusader Kings has a lot of little game mechanics and game design things like that all make the game feel more alive than just staring at a map, which is what this game in essence really is. You're just staring at a map while event pop-ups show up. But they've done a good job with their game design, which makes sense because Paradox is a pretty successful company, I would assume, seeing as how they have a few successful games like Crusader Kings and Hearts of Iron, Europa, Universalis, and they're all sequels. Crusader Kings, this is the third Crusader Kings. EU is at 4, so we have EU 4, we have Hoi 4. So I'm sure they know what they're doing, and they've had plenty of years and plenty of different projects to hone their expertise on how looking at a map can be made to be more interesting. But we've arrived at our contract location, arbitration, local landmark. The dispute in Narbonne stems from a minor local legal case. Our employer foolishly ruled a particular natural landmark to have a slightly different boundary than was traditional. Immediately, dozens of cases were sprung by petty landholders and privileged peasantry, all of whom had some grievance or other, now raised by the change in definition. I'm not sure that's good sentence structure. All of whom had some grievance or other, now raised by the change in definition. Mayor Enric is at pains to let us know that our coin depends on calming this situation quickly and quietly. So let's look at the success chances. I don't have a huntsman, so I can't do this. However, this is because I have because I'm in a scholar's camp. Okay, this is an intrigue skill, and this is available because of my stewardship skill. But none of them have a percentage. So this is just what will happen, depending on what choice I choose. This one is pay 18 to me. A chance for enlightened debate, you say. This is, I believe, the qualified success, so this is the worst option. Oh no, they all pay 18. Okay, never mind. Looks like my reward will be the same regardless of which choice I choose. Let's go with this one just because I'm in a scholar's camp. A chance for enlightened debate, you say. Also, I just noticed as I was looking through, everything is the same. 18 gold, 250 provisions. Mayor Enric is enrolled in my role of patrons. However, the one difference is that and the county also gains all calm for 25 years. But the one difference is these two are exactly the same. However, a chance for enlightened debate also, on top of all of that, gives me a weak hook on the mayor and 500 provisions instead of 200. So let's go for enlightened debate. And I excelled. He was going to give me 18, but I was at 369 if I remember correctly, which means he ended up giving me 30 minus 4. No, 40 minus 4, which is 36. He ended up giving me 36. The good people of Narbonne may be fervent advocates for themselves, but they have not reckoned with the full academic fury of the Senate of St. Catherine, which is the name of my camp. Our discussions take much of the day, something I find exhilarating, but which they seem to shrink from more and more as the hour grows ever later. We come to no real conclusions, really, but eventually the locals simply give up. Question is met with question. Every subject revisited multiple times. Points meander on and on and on and on. Mayor Enric simply seems grateful that the whole debacle is over. Another happy patron. And I'm back to camp. Nurture. They say children react more than anyone else to the places they find themselves. It's fortunate for my son Gosbert, then, that he finds himself in the company of the most learned scholars, eloquent... Okay, I've seen this one before. This is all about him, who's not an adult yet, trying to figure out what his adult personality and traits are going to be. And skills. So this one increases his learning by 2. This one has a 95% chance of his diplomacy increasing by 2 or decreasing by 1 at 4% chance. I can tell him to stop it. He gains 40 stress and I gain 75 prestige. What is he currently looking like? Learning or diplomacy? He's at 8 learning and 10 diplomacy. His current focus is intrigue, which is why it's at 13. So let's focus on his learning. He's not really going to need diplomacy that much. Such enthusiasm in one so young. And there it is. It increased by 2. Purse pursuit. Oh, we've seen this one before. Someone pickpocketed me and I'm chasing after him. And then I catch him at a dead end. Very movie-like. And I can recruit him, kill him, and gain 10 dread and 76 gold. Or ask him to give me back the 2 gold that he stole from me, and I lose 15 stress. Deceitful, arrogant, stubborn. I really don't think I want someone like that following me in my camp. 4-star elusive shadow, so he's going to be very sneaky and do some sneaky stuff. And he's only got 9 prowess, so he's not worth recruiting just to have as a knight. So yeah, I don't want him. I can kill him and gain 76 gold, which is really good. But I will gain 10 dread. Currently I have 29 dread. And most of that comes from Mortician's Tools, which is one of our camp buildings. Gives me plus 30 to dread. However, I also have losing natural dread. So I lose 0.5 every month. Thanks to some perk or another. I don't remember why. So I'm not a naturally dreadful person. Just my camp has a naturally dreadful building. So I can do with gaining some dread. Especially since I really want the 76 gold. Filthy thief, you think you can steal from me? And I got it. I was at 400, now I'm at 470. So I got the gold. A quarrelsome lot. As we trek through Roses, which is the name of the area I'm currently traveling through. Let me just make sure that's correct. We're in Girona. Rosello. I assume Rosello. City of Roses, yes? Yes, it is. Okay. As we trek through Roses, our caravan has stopped at a clearing bordered by leafy bushes. I proceed toward the commotion only to find Plaisance and Zarb having an irate row. That means they're fighting, guys. I'll have no more of your idiocy, you worthless hag. Plaisance stomps her foot in the dirt. You're the one who has whined on this entire journey, squealing, "Are we there yet?" at every crossroads, Zarb retorts. Usually, hag is a derogatory term towards older women, but Plaisance is the one saying it, who's the 49-year-old woman. And she's saying it towards Zarb, who I believe is a guy. A 17-year-old guy, nonetheless. Yeah, he's married to... Yeah. Zarb is a man. A young man. And this old woman is calling him a worthless hag. So I believe these dialogue scenarios should be switched for it to make more logical sense. Regardless, this is a 99% chance. And this one, we haven't the time for your petty squabbling, just makes them lose 10 opinion to me. So we'll go with this. 100 diplomacy, lifestyle, experience, 75 prestige. And I gain entourage mediator for 10 years. Which makes people like me more, and monthly diplomacy, lifestyle, experience plus 10%. So come now, surely you two can make amends, and they settle their differences. So the 0% chance ended up being a 0, as one would guess. I have a message. Oh, that's adding Mayor Enric here. But I can't demand payment from him for some reason. I cannot. wonder why. I still haven't figured that out, when I can and cannot demand payment. Cheeks at 41. I'm back at camp. I have 480, so I have enough to buy this land now. He won't accept unless I offer hooks on myself and increase vassal obligations. But I would much rather use a hook that I already have on him. Went back up to 44%. I guess he's no longer the spy master. And I'm debating right now whether I should just do it and offer a hook on myself. Because we waited until everything was perfect before attacking the islands down here. And turns out, before everything could become perfect, something even worse happened and they got taken over by someone else. So I'm really considering whether I should just say screw it and buy the land now. Because as we have seen in our last 2 streams of Crusader Kings, plans are not to be counted on. We should just do what we can as soon as we can do it. This is what I've learned from now, this being my 5th day of Crusader Kings play. And then we can drop the fabricator hook on him, or we can keep going, because then he'll be our liege, and it's never a bad thing to have a hook on your liege. I think I'm gonna do it. This is probably gonna come back to bite me, but what I can do is get rid of him as soon as I buy land from him, especially since this lady here is with, it's not 100%, but she's more than likely my illegitimate daughter. Because I did seduce his mother while she was married to his father and have an affair with her. So this is probably my illegitimate daughter. So if I get rid of him, the land will be divided between these 3 girls. And then I can have, I have a strong hook on her because she's probably my legitimate daughter. So that counts as a strong hook that I hold on her. So she wouldn't make use of these things. And even if she did, I can then counter hook her to not make me do those things that she wants me to do. So I think that's what we're going to do. So I give him 400. I gained the county and its vassals. The Leyden people have a bad opinion of me, which is why this costs so much. Or no, it's why I gained the ennobled adventure trait for 10 years. This character has been propelled into the nobility from humble origins, undermining the ancient hierarchies. So fellow vassals, minus 15 opinion of me. My own vassals, minus 15 opinion of me. And finally, the legitimacy stat that I don't currently have. I'll get it, but I'll gain minus 25% for the next 10 years. So yeah, I'm just going to do it. I can't just hope on my plans. I've been too scarred by previous experiences. So let's purchase the land now. Or what are the contracts that are left? I haven't really done a hired muscle contract yet. So it would have been interesting to see. And I think I still have 1 point of interest left in this area. One, because I've done all the ones in France and Brittany. And I believe I still have 1 down here. But we're just going to ignore that. It's just 1 point of interest. And I believe it only gives me 150 experience in martial or some other lifestyle focus. I'm already 45, so let's get some land before I die. Oh, we have to unpause it first. Or we have to get back to camp first? Oh, his clothes changed. He was wearing just a dark brown robe. Now he's wearing a red robe with a yellow hood. And he's holding a scepter in his right hand. Man, that was a good touch, Crusader Kings. Paradox, that was a very good touch. Let's unpause. Is this land mine now? Oh, a lot of stuff just happened. So I just gained the veteran adventurer trait. So it says Pagan has previously led a life of bravery and action as an adventurer, and proven his worth by working his way up from such humble beginnings. So that's what I gained because I used to be an adventurer and now I'm a landed ruler. Gives me martial per level of fame +1, prowess per level of fame +1, men at arms maintenance -50%, general opinion will be -10, and I can ignore negative culture opinion. And I don't have a negative opinion of other cultures, and they don't have a negative opinion of me because of the culture difference. But veteran adventure characters +20 and followers will be +20. Okay. And martial prowess per level of fame. My current level of fame is illustrious, which is the 4th, as you can see here. So that'll be prowess +4, martial +4. And I am now a mere count. Rank lost. I don't understand that. Why is it rank lost? And he has an obligation hook on me because I gave him that. A price for everything. I could scarcely believe it when I received Marcus Perez's assent to my offer. I will at last have a castle of my own, with a roof and 4 solid walls. I am to be the new Count of Leda, ruling over the area as a Barcelonian vassal, reliant on and beholden to my new liege in equal measure. Though my rapid climb up the kingdom's greasy pole has surely raised the hackles of my fellow lords and ladies. Ha! And they say nobility can't be bought. Okay, so my vassal contract gains extortionate taxes and massive levy contributions. And then all the stuff I mentioned earlier. Camp buildings will be demolished, and a portion of their cost will be returned to me. And the Senate of St. Catherine, which was the name of my camp, has been destroyed. Every patron with a positive opinion of me will now gain an extra 30 opinion of me. And every patron with a negative opinion will now lose 30 extra opinion of me. So that's everything that happens. Cecilia is no longer my master bard. I assume that's because courts don't have a master bard position. Chief engineer, yeah. So these are just positions that courts don't have that camps did. Oh, I lost my stooge. I can still demand payment, so that's good. I can declare wars. Wow. Okay, that's good to know. And I can station men-at-arms regiments. You should station your most powerful men-at-arms in holdings with buildings that boost their effectiveness. Specializing 1 or 2 of your holdings to significantly increase the power of specific types of men-at-arms can help you in wars. So that's good to know. However, I do notice that I can no longer make requests on my patrons, so I guess my role of patrons has disappeared. I probably should have made requests of them first before buying the land, but I didn't know that would happen. So you live and you learn, right? So now I know for the next time that I should do that. Let's look through all of these things first, though. If you become unable to rule, a regent will rule in your stead. Open this to learn how to control who your regent will be. You can designate one yourself. When you travel outside your realm, when you're a child, or when you're incapable, that's when a regent takes over. Open the realm review highlighted. Right here. Regency is shown at the top. So right now no one is designated, so my Countess Joanna, my wife, will take over. Unless you designate one, the candidate with the highest regency succession score will be picked. Yeah, so she'll be the regent. You can designate a regent. You should try to find has high loyalty and a high aptitude. If the current regent dies, or unable to act, the next character in the succession order will take their place. So down here, yes, yes. For now, consider designating a region. Okay, I understand. I mean, I'm fine with this. My eldest daughter, my bard. Oh, that's because all my other children are not adults yet. My eldest daughter is the only adult. Okay. I believe I'm fine here. She's very loyal, even though her aptitude is average. She is my wife and my soulmate, and we have like 7 kids. 3, 6. We have 6 kids. Is she old enough? She's 44, so I think she can still have children. Follower. Oh, that's nice. They all gained an extra trait. I have veteran adventure. There it is. And I still kept my veteran traveler and my Hestalooter trait, so that's good. Cosbert is my player, which I don't want. I want his twin brother, who was born like 3 seconds after him, to be the player heir. Because he has the pretty trait that can be passed down. He's also common temperate. Okay. So this is, we're going to be learning a bunch of new things now. We're done with adventure gameplay. No longer moving our camp and going from contract to contract and visiting the castle holdings that we're currently camped at. Now we're going to learn how to be a landed ruler. The first thing we're going to learn is about legitimacy. Let's close this. A representation of your right to rule. Your vassals generate legitimacy expectations, and you are expected to meet them. Higher legitimacy gives you a range of benefits, and low will adversely affect your rule. Yeah, makes sense. Legitimacy has 5 levels, and 1 illegitimate bottom level. And a certain fraction of the legitimacy of the previous ruler is inherited by their heir, so that's good to know. You gain legitimacy through many different means, including winning wars, creating legends, or attending activities. It can likewise be lost by losing wars and titles, or unchecked plagues ravaging the land. Yep, I know where to find it. That's right here. So I'm an aspiring ruler. Minus 10% because of my short reign. But I'm at level 1, so that's good. I thought I'd be at level 0. Okay, so that's legitimacy. We have a new realm priest. Law removed. Oh yeah, my scholar's law, because I'm no longer in a camp. So it's his empty council positions. So let's look at what the positions look like now. This is my suffragan bishop. My realm priest. Okay. He's a 23. Can I replace him? Doesn't look like it. Catholicism does not have. Okay, yeah. So because the Pope assigns the bishops to go to different places. Okay, and this is my bishop, and he endorses me, because he has a high opinion of me, plus 51. So if he had a low opinion of me, he wouldn't endorse me. Right now, he's currently focusing on this. I assume because it's the bright, shining yellow circle. Religious relations. He's assigned there. So the effects is that my piety goes up by 1.15 per month. And his learning skill gets plus 1.15. So it just goes up by 1.15. Also, Catholic rulers' opinions of me increased by 0.47 per month up until 11.5. And his learning skill will go up to 11.5. And a possible side effect is increased vassal opinion. Okay, so that's good. And what's this? Oh, I can fabricate claims on a county. This is how, since I'm no longer an adventurer with a camp, I can no longer just attack a piece of land, a random piece of land anywhere, and take it for me. Now, because I'm a landed ruler, I actually need a valid reason to attack and take over my neighboring land. I cannot go to land that is not neighboring me, and even if it does neighbor me, I need a valid reason to do so. And so this would make it so that he makes up a reason, or I shouldn't say make up, finds a quote-unquote legitimate reason for why that land should belong to me in the first place. So we're not going to do that for now because we have to focus on our own land. So we need a chancellor. Chancellors, this scroll here shows that chancellors depend on the diplomacy stat. And our highest diplomat here is Utman, who used to be our caravan master. I think he still is my caravan master. Legis Consul? Oh no, that's, yeah, my consul. Huh. I didn't know he could still be the caravan master if I don't have a caravan. I should make Bartomeu my chancellor since he's only 19. Then again, if I make Upman my chancellor, he's 65. He'll die soon. His health is poor. But once he dies, I can make someone with better diplomacy my chancellor. Someone with better diplomacy currently does not exist. However, because I now landed ruler, I believe I can now marry off people, my followers, who are now my courtiers or my vassals. I can now make my courtiers marry people who are anywhere in the world, or at least close to me in the world. So I no longer need to invite people to my camp to then marry them to my other followers. I can just arrange a marriage between one of my followers and someone else random in the world. So let's do that now, actually. Courtiers. Oh, these are my positions. Okay. Court positions. Okay, so, you know, physician, caravan master, and bodyguard still exist. But now they get paid. Before they were all free, but now they get paid. This one gets 0.1 gold per month. 0.1, and then my bodyguards get 0.5, which is why my monthly income went down to 1.2, negative 1.2, because of my monthly expenses to court positions. Also, my men-at-arms are costing me some, and the taxes I'm paying to my liege are costing me some, so that's a total of minus 3.5. And I no longer have domicile buildings. Those are my camp buildings, so that's not giving me any gold. So I'm only getting an extra 2.2, 1.9 coming from the land that I own. So I definitely need to fix that. So I don't have the money for a position. I'm looking at which positions are important to have now, even if they're going to cost me some money in the short term, but they're very important long term. So that's what I'm looking at right now. It looks like the most important positions to have are the Royal Architect, because it makes building time faster. If I'm gonna fight, I need a Master of the Horse, but for now I really don't need one. And where was the other one I saw? I saw another one that looked like it was important. I can't find it now, though. Royal Architect and... Huh. I thought there was another one that was money-based. That was important to have. But it doesn't look like it. Yeah, so since there's not another one, we might as well just get a Royal Architect now. I don't fulfill the positions to have one? Okay, whatever. Let's get back to what my main goal was, which is to marry off my unmarried followers. These two are married to each other. Salma is unmarried. She has 2 children, though. Can I invite them to court? No, they're still too far away. She's my friend. So let's get her married. Yeah, and see, now there's 1,081 characters I can marry her to. And my goal is to find people with high stats. They don't need to be fertile, because she's not fertile. So now I can see all the 1081. So let's look at my military first and foremost. See if I need to find knights. I have 7, 31, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sancho. I mean, 10 is not great. How old is Philippe? 28? Okay, so I still have time to find knights. I don't necessarily need to find knights. But I do want to find a good consul first. So let's see if I can find the highest diplomacy. He's 48, she's 56, so that's actually nice. And he sucks at everything else. It has to be matrilineal. Otherwise, she will go to him. If it's matrilineal, he will come to me in my court. Where is he now? He's in Pisa. Yeah, so like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. So if she marries him, she will end up going to Pisa to live with him. But if it's matrilineal, he will come to me to marry her here. So we'll send that proposal. He's got 20. He was the highest prestige, right? Let me just double check that. How do I undo? Yeah, he's got the highest diplomacy. I meant diplomacy, not prestige. So we'll marry her to him, and he can become our chancellor. We'll send that proposal. Yeah, he's unlanded at this court. He doesn't really have a position. Oh no, he's the chancellor. I'm not sure if he's gonna leave that chancellor position to come in Pisa. He's the chancellor of Pisa, and I'm trying to make him the chancellor of my little county. So I'm not sure he'll leave. I mean, he said he'll accept the marriage, but I'm not sure he'll leave that court. He might just drag her there anyways, even if it is a matrilineal marriage. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Let's unpause. Let time go by for a few seconds just to make sure that doesn't happen. Well, no, let's focus on everything else first. I don't want time to go by without filling the whole council. But I'm going to fill the council with people I'm marrying, so I want to make sure that if I let time go by, they all get married at the same time as soon as possible, so that I can then instantly appoint them to their council positions. So for now, let's Aurea. She lost her glasses, so that's what her face looks like. It's been a while. She's also unmarried. He was ill. She's 67 though, so she's probably about to die soon anyways. So let's look at Marshall. Oh wait, let's look at my court positions and see my consul, and see which positions I actually need. Because I have high stewardship. Look it up, man. He's a 28 stewardship, so he can be my steward. I don't need someone else to come in and be the steward. He's also got a 4-star Midas Touch stewardship trait, which I'm not sure if it's the highest trait, but it's up there. He's also got the Architect lifestyle trait. Okay, yeah, so this guy's definitely gonna be the steward. Spy Master. My daughter, who's only got a 15 in intrigue, so I should probably marry in a Spy Master. Marshall. Yeah, Gervais, my knight, who's only got 10 prowess, but he's got 28 in Marshall. And Marshall is the leadership trait in war. 10 is just how good you are at actually fighting as a soldier. Is Gervais one of my knights? It says he's my knight, but I see 10. Oh no, that's learning, not prowess. He got 12 prowess, and my weakest knight had a 10 prowess. So yeah, he's definitely there. And Philippe is my best knight. He's got 31 prowess, and he's also got 26 martial. So I can make him my martial too. He's 28, and Gervais is 35. She used to be my bard. I was just checking if she had any bard-like traits. So the question is, which one of these two do I want to be my knight? This guy is brave and wrathful. Or my marshal, I mean. And this guy is brave, just, and sadistic. So he has the better personality traits. He's also 4-star brilliant strategist. While Gervais is only a 3-star skilled tactician. So even though Philippe has 2 fewer martial stats, I believe everything else is better. So I'm going to make him my marshal. Oh, Davi has 25 martial stats. It's only 1 fewer than Philippe. Gallant. I'm not exactly sure what makes a good marshal, though. Like, obviously the martial stat makes one a good marshal, but I'm not sure if there are other things, other modifiers. Counselors. There's 6 positions. Each is in charge of a department. Powerful vassals. Serving as a counselor. It doesn't look like there's anything else. I believe it's just the stat. Okay, in that case, we can go with Philippe. Because while his stat is 2 lower, this trait is an education trait for that stat. So I believe it also ties into the stat. So we'll go with Philippe de Cardona. Does that mean he has a house? It does. Gervais is a lowborn. I mean, he's the only living member of his house, but that's fine. We'll assign him as marshal. He's our best knight too, so that works out. 15 intrigue. And 13 is our best diplomacy. So we need to marry in a chancellor and a spy master. We're currently working on the chancellor. We'll also find a spy master who's got good stats, and then we'll focus on getting in physical traits like beautiful, hale, intelligent. We'll focus on getting those into our courtiers so that we can have good traits amongst our court to marry into our family later on. So for now, did we lose? Oh yeah, we lost the caravan master, which is fine. I don't want to have to pay that extra 0.1 gold for what looks like something I don't need at the moment. But does that mean since I lost the caravan master that I can hire a royal architect? No, I cannot. Okay, so let's go back to marrying people off. She's married off, and so I need now a spouse for her. Matrilineal. It's still all 1079 characters. And what do I need? I need a spy master. This guy's a 28, and I need a diplomat. Oh no, I'm already marrying in a diplomat, so I need a spy master. These two are both 28. This guy's already someone else's spy master. And this guy is someone else's marshal, but he's only got an 8 marshal stat and 0 prowess, so he probably doesn't like the fact. He's a spineless villain. So he's probably chomping at the bit to leave this guy's court. It wouldn't take much to convince him. However, he's only 41 and she's 67. So I would like someone a little bit closer in age. But it doesn't look like I'm going to get it. But he's 41. So I'm sure I have someone else he can marry into. Or for Spy Master, if I remember correctly, Spy Masters can also be female. Even if your culture is male dominated, Spy Master is the only console position that can actually be manned by a woman. You see my spouse up here, but that's only because my spouse is on the console just as my spouse. But Spy Master can be women too. Yeah, see, Mayor and Arsenda, as I mentioned earlier, my eldest daughter, is my highest intrigue, so I can make her a Spy Master. Therefore, because women can be Spy Masters, we can also look at my unmarried men and see if I can marry them off. Davi is married to my daughter Arsenda, and she has a very smitten look on her face. So they must really like each other. Or at the very least, she must really like him. Are they close in age? Yeah, she's 18, he's 29. Okay. Okay. I see you, Davi. Ralph? He's married. Bartholomew? He's married. Sancho is married. Philippe is unmarried. So if I find him a spouse and sort it by intrigue, Martha's also a 28 intrigue. So it doesn't make much of a difference. Unless I marry her to an older man, unmarried man. But I don't think I have older unmarried men. I have older unmarried women, but not older unmarried men. Bernisenda. A new child to educate. She's got 1 diplomacy and 1 stewardship, so let's focus on Almodis or Utman. She's got 12 learning, so that's really good. And he's only got 7. So let's have Almodis teacher. I want to have all my children educated so that when they grow up, they all have great stats that can serve me better in my court. So no unmarried men, so I might as well marry in a male spy master. Aria 67. She's married. She's married. My order's 56 and she's not married. 17. 14. 41. Oh, she's married. 42, but she's married. 44, but she's married. She's definitely married. I remember her. She's not married. Okay. So I can marry her off to... Let me filter this. Huh, that's weird. Now it's only showing me 234 characters. I wonder why. Oh, and it's showing me new people. Oh, because she's a woman, a fertile woman, there's a lot of people who are willing to marry her and a lot of people who are not willing to marry a fertile woman. I wonder why. Because that's the only difference between her and Aria, who's 65, is fertility. Yeah, so if I find her a spouse, there's 1,079 people willing. It must be. People always talk about, you know, how men in this time period were just, you know, after whoever. And even to this day, you know, older men always like younger women. But apparently here what they're saying is these older men do not want a younger woman. They want someone they're the same age as them in the 60s to grow old with. And die with. Grow old and die with. So this guy, 53, he's someone's spy master. This guy's 41. Also someone's, but it's not someone's spy master. He's the marshal. So, but he's craven, which means cowardly. So he definitely doesn't want to be someone's marshal, you know, leading that person's entire army. He doesn't want to do that. He's a cowardly guy. He's callous, deceitful, and he's great at being a spy. So he definitely doesn't want to do that. So if I marry him to her, matrilineally, he would definitely accept. And there's no danger of him taking her away from my court instead of coming to my court like the other guy. So we'll send that proposal. And then that should be 2 people for my 2 consul positions. My gold has gone down, the gold that I'm losing, to 0.5 because of losing my caravan master, I believe. And also because I gained a steward, my monthly income has gone up. And then losing the caravan master has made my monthly expenses go down. So that's why that's happening. Let's unpause. Wait for these 2 proposals to go through. Okay, this guy accepted my marriage. He's gonna... Hopefully he comes to my court. And then this guy accepted my proposal. Excellent, excellent. So are they now in my court? Do I have to scroll all the way down to the bottom? No. Okay. So I'll just click on the women I married. Unlanded at my court. Unlanded at my court. Okay, so he came by. He's going to be my new chancellor. And then this guy, he even looks cowardly now that he's taken his armor off. So he's unlanded in my court. So this is my new spy master. Okay, so now we can fill our council positions. Chancellor, 20 diplomacy. We'll assign that. And now he's got a plus 21 opinion of me. And meanwhile, we'll go to this guy who has a plus 1 opinion of me, making my spy master. And now he's got a plus 11 opinion of me, because I gave him a position. So, now that we have filled our console, the first thing we should do is make sure our spy master likes us. Because the last thing we need is our spy master, who's in charge of all the secrets in our court, not liking us. Because then our own secrets will be, spread out. And other people's secrets won't be given to us. Or when someone tries to do something negative to us, their scheme will be more successful because our spy master doesn't really care about stopping it. So, we can befriend him. Start that scheme. There's an 85% chance of success already. So I don't really need to do anything with it. Since it's a personal scheme, there's no agents involved. But even without doing anything, it's already an 85% chance of success. And this one, meanwhile, has gone up to 50, so it's really slow. But that's fine. We just need this as a backup to have a hook on our liege. So, what is the next step now? We've looked at our console. I think we should continue with our courtiers, make sure everyone's married. Now that we have the positions filled, rather than looking for stats, we can look for physical traits to marry into our court. Okay, these two are married. This one is married, she's married, she's married. She's not married. She won't be, she's too old to have children, so rather than marrying someone who's got good physical traits, instead what we can do, make sure the filters are cleared, we can sort this by prowess and just have some good knights marry into our court. But it looks like Philippe here, who's already in my court, has the highest prowess in the world, or at least in an area close enough for me to interact with. So that's interesting to note. Ramir here has a 26 prowess. He's 30. This guy has 24, but he's 36. So they're closer in age. He's 56 and about to die soon. So you know what? Because she's about to die soon, her health is poor, I can marry her to someone young, and then once she dies, they'll be free to marry whoever they actually want to. And they'll already be in my court, so I won't need to bother about recruiting them to my court. So I can marry her off to the second best knight in my local area, Ramir, because the best knight is already mine. Heterosexual, okay. Master of the hunt. Oh, he's someone else's master of the hunt. So he probably matrilineal. Will he still accept? Oh, yeah, he will. Interesting. Okay. I mean, if he's willing to come to my court, just lustful, forgiving. I'm perfectly willing to accept him. I just don't know why he would be willing to leave this guy's court. Limousine? Where is Limousine? Is that anywhere near here? Oh, that's up there. Maybe it's because this guy is Catalan, so he's willing to come down to a court that is of the Catalan culture. That would be my best guess as to why he's willing to leave someone else's court and come here. Because this doesn't really... Oh, it does give me the reason why. Oh, he likes... His count likes the woman I'm proposing marriage with. He likes me. I speak the same language as him. and he's terrified of me. So my dread is basically the main reason, because not only is it the highest modifier at plus 20, it's also the reason why my current acceptance rate of plus 15 is in the positives, because without it, it'd be at -5. So it's mostly because he's terrified of me. So that dread does come in handy. It's good to know. Send that proposal. Ooh, there's a lot of plague in the area. Yeah, there's a lot of plague up here. Ooh, down here too. That's not good, because if it's all around me, then it's probably gonna arrive in my location too, since it's encircling me at the moment. Let's focus on marriages. Let's get back to it. My eldest daughter's already married. That's unfortunate. Now that I can marry her off to better people, but she's also pregnant, so not much we can do about this anymore, especially since she looks at him with such loving eyes. Look at that. Look at that. I wouldn't want to break up my daughter's marriage. Happy marriage. Although I just realized that I can see my county. Does that mean it's no longer part of France? Am I independent? Is that what happened? No, I'm not. Okay, I was very hopeful, but no, I'm still part of France. Okay, back to it. Courtiers. This is probably going to take a while I go through and marry off all of my courtiers. So stick with me for a bit here. Margarita is 17. So I can marry her with someone who has good physical traits. Let's look for a genius, which I believe is the highest intelligence trait. This guy's 64. Even if they get married, I don't think they'll have a good chance of children. Low. Okay, so let's forget about genius. How about beautiful, which I believe is the highest beauty trait? This guy's 20. Although my wife is pretty, so we already have the pretty trait in our lineage. But this is the best guy currently, so we'll marry her to him if nothing else happens. Let's just make sure we can do that. He's not someone's heir. His liege, he's not the child, right? Hoopold. Nope. He's not a sibling either. Okay, good. So this is probably the best option. Let's just look for everyone else first. Beautiful, we've already seen genius, and I think Herculean is the best strength trait. Why is it giving me 2? That's weird. There's no one with that stat. Okay, so beautiful, Hoopold here. However, zealous, deceitful, shy. I was gonna say I would rather marry him off to one of my daughters first than to one of my courtier's daughters. But I wanted to check his personality traits just to make sure he wasn't like sadistic. I don't want to marry my daughter to someone who's sadistic. Deceitful's not a good thing, but depending on what my daughter's traits look like, maybe that'll be okay. Jusiana already has the pretty trait. But Ximena here. Ximena's sadistic. Trusting and impatient. So I see she's trusting, so I don't want to marry her to someone who's deceitful. That's a bad match. Jusiana, meanwhile, is already married. Or at least betrothed. She's 14, so she's not old enough to marry yet. And all of my other children are too young for him. So yeah, we can marry him to Margarita. Beautiful. Hoopold. Matrilineal. They're both lowborn, so the patrilineal thing doesn't really affect the chance of acceptance much because neither one is marrying into someone else's house. They're both lowborn, so whether it's matrilineal or not, it doesn't matter. So we'll send that proposal, and you'll see here under congenital traits, children might get this trait because one of their parents has it. If both parents had the same trait, then the child will definitely inherit it. But if only one has it, then there's only a chance that they'll inherit it. So we'll send that proposal. And who's next on the list? Zemena, my daughter. We'll wait on her until she's older. Jusiana, my other daughter, who's already betrothed. Davi's married to my eldest daughter. Lodi's married. Alpais is married. Ralph is married to Alpais. Bartomeu is married. Azalais is married to Sancho. Cecilia is married. Miraglia is not married. So let's remove the traits. And well, that guy was 30. Let's see if there's other traits. Let's see if there's geniuses. Oh, I think my keyboard is dying. Yeah. Oh, yeah. My keyboard is definitely dying. It's a wireless keyboard. And it's currently flickering at me. So I think I'm going to need to plug the keyboard in. This is probably going to take a couple minutes. So just give me some time. Let me see if I can find the wire to plug it into the computer to have it charged. Just give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I found the correct wire for the keyboard. So now let's plug it in. Let me see where this thing is. This is where the port is. And I don't know if you've checked out my Instagram. It's also Instagram.com at A2gamer. I'm at A2gamer on everything. Instagram, Twitch, YouTube. Except for Twitter. On Twitter, A2GMR. Because A2gamer was taken, so. But if you've gone to my Instagram, I have pictures of my stream setup all over there. And in one of those pictures, you can see that I have a USB hub right on top of my desk. It has 7 ports, and That is where I'm plugging my keyboard into right now, so I don't have to go into the back of my PC and try and find the keyboard jack and plug it in there. Which, if you're old enough to remember, that's what PCs were like back in the day. Those old, big white desktop computers from the late 90s, early 2000s. But yeah, my keyboard is plugged in now. So hopefully it works. Yes, it does. Now we're finding some geniuses for her, which there are none. But that's fine. I don't want... she's 36, and I've already married someone with a beautiful trait into my court, so I don't want someone else with that trait line. So let's go to the next lowest genius trait, which I believe is intelligent. We have Bruno, who's 30 and she's 36, so that's fine. Ambitious, impatient, gluttonous. He's also lowborn, so there's a high chance he'll join. And now their children, should they have any, there's a medium chance. So that's... she has 10 years to have children, so that's plenty of time. They're both heterosexual. So yeah, that's why there's a medium chance. Have it be matrilineal so that he'll come here. Are they both lowborn? Yes, they are. Okay, send that proposal. So now I got someone beautiful and someone intelligent coming into my court. That was my Raglia, right? Yes. Felipe at 28. I believe he's marrying someone already, is he not? I've actually forgotten what my marriages and proposals have been like. So let me unpause, let some time go by so that the marriages are accepted. Oh, okay, my liege had a regent for some reason. Subterfuge has been invalidated. Why? I got new focuses. Because I'm a landed ruler, not a camp adventurer. These things have actually changed. Not by much. They still look to be about the same. But the wording has definitely changed. And I'm almost at the schemer traits, so I almost wondered whether I should just change the focus now. Because I believe once I select something, I cannot change it for another 5 years. And I don't think it'll take me 5 years to get schemer. Is there something here that'll be good? Yeah, I think rather than going down a schemer, this just makes it so I can have one more hostile scheme. And this just makes my entry go up by 5. Yeah, so rather than doing this, let me just change my focus. I started as diplomat. Let's go to learning focus and try and go down the whole of body skill trait, because I am getting on in years, so I would like to have this trait that helps me live longer. And I already have 950 experience from all my adventuring, so I should get the first trait very quickly. But what should my focus be? I'm not focusing on religion. Scholarship will help my development growth of my county, which we still haven't looked at. Once we get all our people married, we'll focus on that. I still haven't finished marrying everyone off. And medicine focus will be a small health boost. So while I am going down whole of body for the health boost and to try and live longer, I don't think I'm quite old enough yet that this would actually affect me, this small health boost. So I think we're going to focus on scholarship at the moment. Yeah, there's only 32 days left until my next perk, and this can only be changed after every 5 years, which is why we moved away from intrigue, because I think it'll take less than 5 years to get the schemer trait, and then at that point there's nothing else to do except wait. So we'll select the scholarship focus. Now we're focusing on learning lifestyle. And intrigue was my lowest perk. I only did it out of necessity, not out of want, because of everything happening around me and all my plans being thrown into disarray. I ended up needing the intrigue perk to try and get my plans through. But now that I'm a landed ruler, I don't really have much use for these things. So now we're focusing on learning. Now let's get back to this. Marrying of my followers. Where was I? Margarita. Oh, I was letting time go by so that I know who is married to whom, because I forgot. Okay. Mayor and Ramir, who's a knight. Excellent. Miraglia and Bruno, who I forget. Oh, Bruno had the beautiful trait, if I remember. Oh, no, the intelligent trait. Excellent. Okay. So he's intelligent and in my court. And the other one was married to Mayor. Him. He was an excellent knight, but for some reason force and then allow. Now he's the knight, which makes Pancho, I believe, not be a knight anymore. Sancho. I know Sancho and Tiziano are both no longer knights, because why? Zarb came of age and pushed him out? Or did I find someone new? No, it was because Zarb came of age and is better than both of them. So he pushed one of them out, and then Ramir pushed the other one out. Okay, so now I have 7 knights. Back to my courtiers. Try and marry everyone off before... Oh, did I not arrange a marriage for her? Do I need to let a little more time go by? There it is. And Hoopold, who has beautiful. Yes. And she's 18 now, so they're even closer in age than I thought. Okay, so now this is my daughter. This is my daughter. Davi's married to my daughter. Elodie's married. Alpais is married to Ralph. Bartomeu. I think I've already passed all of these. These two are married to each other, if I remember correctly. Yes. Miraglia is who I just... Okay. Philippe is unmarried. Modus is unmarried. Dalmau is married. Peronella's unmarried. Doug Ball is married. He's the one I just married in. Hoopold is also the one I just married in. This is my son, my daughter, my illegitimate daughter. Can I legitimize her now? I don't know. Why is Bartomeu dressed so shabbily? Oh, it's because he's no longer a knight. And doesn't really have a position to do anything else. They do have one child, though. Okay, so Toda, Bruno, who I just married in because he's intelligent. I have a nun here. Okay, hold on. I forgot who were unmarried. So let's go back up. Philippe needs a spouse. Someone with good traits. Oh, there's a bunch of intelligent people, but let me go for the highest level genius first. He's 28, so these are... And these are too old to have children with, so let's not go with them. What was the other one? Amazonian, if I remember correctly. Herculean. She's 49, so she's infertile already. And beautiful. They're all too old. She's 34, so she's only 6 years older than him. And she has 22 intrigue. Wow. So she could even be a spy master if something happens to my current spy master. However, she is 34, so she only has about a decade left of child rearing. I want to see the second lowest trait. Let's go back to intelligent. No, I already saw intelligent. Let's go to robust. I believe is the second level of Herculean. The youngest is 32. So that's no better. Pretty? Handsome, yes. Yeah, but I already